What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique. I'm back. It's been a minute since I dropped a video, especially with just me giving my thoughts, but I got to start doing that a little bit more. So I'm going to talk about Keyshawn Davis. He has a fight coming up against Edwin De Los Santos. That'll be this weekend, which is Saturday. It was a pretty big overall combat sports weekend, especially for myself, covering UFC 316, Keyshawn Davis's fight. Also, I love WWE. So it's Money in the Bank as well. So it's a 3 monitor day for your boy, right? But I'm here to talk about Keyshawn today. And Keyshawn he was actually a guest on Ariel Helwani's show on Wednesday. And I don't know, it's something about Keyshawn, man. Keyshawn is one of for me, and this is no real slight to anybody else, but he's one of the realer guys to listen talk. You like when you're listening to him, like you don't get this feeling of like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like you don't get a feeling like he just kind of like saying whatever. I don't know. I just don't get that feeling. I get the feeling like whether you agree with it or not, whether you think he's a little bit off when he's saying whatever he's saying, it comes off a certain kind of way. So on Ariel's show, and I'll put the link to what he said, link to that whole thing in the description of the video. But he's talking about pretty much Devin Haney, Teofimo, Lopez, and Ryan Garcia, and of course he's referring to the card in Times Square. I was there. It was crazy how I was there because the seating was so limited. Only like really a small select people were actually around the ring. Most of us were. They had it tiered off, right? Some of them, the smaller media from smaller publications were in Bubba Gumps, and then some of the bigger publications were in Good Morning America, and you could see right into the ring, but you kind of looking through a window. So I'm there in Good Morning America, obviously representing Forbes, and I'm up there with ESPN, a few other places, and Bubba Gumps had pretty much other people. And it was interesting because you had monitors and everything in the room, which were like, I ain't even gonna lie, we talking about like maybe 2.5 minutes behind live action. So it was a weird kind of experience, right? Craziest way I've ever actually watched a fight, but you could see everything really well. But so everybody knows, right? The fights weren't the greatest thing ever from an action standpoint. It was just kind of weird, the whole joint. So Keyshawn's going in, or not going in. See, that's the cool thing. He wasn't going in. He was really just being honest about how what he saw from the fight. And I thought it was dope. He said, Devin Haney just came off a devastating loss. Of course, y'all know he was going to just go out here and just try to get the win against Jose Ramirez, he was right. That's what he did. He was like, Teofimo has never stopped nobody at 140 pounds. Arnold Barboza's a real fighter. He knew he wasn't going to stop Arnold Barboza. Then he talking about Ryan Garcia. He was like, hey, I'm shout out to him for his fame and all of that. But Ryan Garcia is not an A-lister fighter. And so I don't particularly I like Ryan and I root for Ryan, but I didn't think that was a super controversial statement. But Ariel stopped him. He said, what do you mean he's not an A-lister fighter? And so he sounds like he's not he's like a maybe B- C+ fighter. He said neither is Rolly Romero. He's not like myself, Gervonta Davis, of course, Stevenson, Boots Ennis. Those guys are A-lister fighters. I don't think Ryan Garcia is. So I know that comes out and kind of smacks people and like, whoa, well, for real, was he saying that? But if you really think about it, man, Ryan's never been a world champion. And I remember I just interviewed Ryan right before this fight. And I gotta think that I post this on, I gotta get better, y'all. I gotta just flat out tell you, I gotta get better. I can't remember if I posted this on my channel or if I just gave it to Fight Hype. No, it was on my channel. I'm looking at it right now. So yes, I posted it here and also the same video. In case you guys didn't know, I am giving content to Fight Hype and recording interviews and things like that for Fight Hype. So hopefully you guys have been seeing me there as well as here on my channel. But Ryan told me, I asked him, I said, you're one of the rare people in boxing who has been able to obtain like superstardom without having ever won a world title. I said, at this point in your career, in your life, do you think this is even necessary that you win a title? And he said, necessary. I don't know if I would call it necessary. He said it'd be nice, but in so many words, it's about that bag. But he also was saying that he does enjoy fighting the best fighters in the world. It may be somewhat difficult for him to get those kinds of fights, especially now we're looking at, he just had surgery on his hand. We heard word from Oscar De La Hoya on Wednesday that he might actually need shoulder surgery. So we don't know when we'll see Ryan again. I'm almost thinking that the next time we see Ryan, we might actually see him in against like an influencer or something, because I'm saying that based on the fact that he's not all that driven or enamored with getting a world title, which takes me back to what Keyshawn said. I mean, it matches, right? Is he, if the man has never won a world title, his biggest victory is over Devin, but of course, technically that's not a victory. He, was stopped by Javante. Before that, I guess his biggest win was like Luke Campbell and Emmanuel Tago, maybe. Has he done enough to be really considered an A-lister fighter? Just because you are popular and a draw does not make you an A-lister fighter. I think we all know that his left hook is one of the best left hooks in the game. But I think we also, a lot of us who really, really watch the sport, knows that he has kind of rendered himself to be a one-handed fighter. He doesn't do much with his right hand at all. And that's even with or without a hand injury. We talked about Ryan and I talked about his defense. He said, I don't think I have bad defense. He said, I've never been in a fight where I got beat up, where you consistently hit me with the same shot. But he has got cracked and dropped on multiple occasions at this point. So I don't know. I kind of agree with Keyshawn, and I'm not throwing shade at Ryan. Like I said, I like Ryan, but I don't think Ryan has done enough to be considered an A-lister fighter. I'm really interested to see what you guys think. Do you guys consider Ryan Garcia an A-lister fighter? Do you think Keyshawn is off base with that, or do you think he is right on the money? I'm gonna let it go with that, and I'm gonna see what you guys say in the comments. I appreciate you watching as always. Get ready for a little bit more consistent content. I got a little bit of a fire. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Ha! Yeah, yeah. I got a little bit, I'm a little hyped up right now. I'm a little excited to deliver some content on a consistent basis. So let's get with it. I appreciate you. Peace.